So I want to tell y'all a tale about Emperor Tekle Georgis. He was emperor of Ethiopia in 1868 to 1871. Okay? Right after Emperor Tedros II, and we love Tedros II, we're always talking about Tedros II. Hopefully, to bring light to the fact that when you're talking about Christianity and you're talking about God's people on the earth and you're talking about the revolution, you're talking about Ethiopia. You're talking about this Solomonic dynasty. So this is the story. This emperor was traveling with his army and they're in the middle of nowhere, right? And they find this hermit man. So basically like a crazy man in the middle of nowhere, right? They find this man in the middle of nowhere and this man starts throwing rocks at the king. Right next, the army and him, they all right there, they got the spears and all that stuff, and this random man just starts throwing rocks at the king. So they grab him and they're like, what are you doing? Why are you throwing rocks at the king? And he says, what I do to you with rocks, Johannes is gonna do to you with bullets. And guess what happens next? Johannes kills Tekle, captures him, and Johannes becomes the next emperor of Ethiopia. Johannes was known for making deals with the British so that he can get guns and cannons and control of the Red Sea so that he can have victory over his African brothers, African kings in his East Africa. Just like the other kings in Africa, making deals with the European powers to get weapons so that they can fight their own brothers. That's what was going on. Now, this is the Solomonic king, by the way. Solomonic king, as in the king in the Bible. Solomonic dynasty, this is where the Bible comes from in East Africa. This is where the first church was built in East Africa. This is where, again, when you're talking about the restoration of the kingdom, going back to the land of our forefathers, you're talking about Africa, East Africa. But there's such a great confusion in the world because we're talking about the Middle East. We're talking about the Bible comes from Rome. Rome got a kingdom. Rome got a king in England right now. Ethiopia don't got a king no more. So it's that same story of the prophets going to the kings. The kings were not doing right and telling the kings, tragedy and despair is about to fall on your kingdom. And the kings was not listening and they went about their business 9 times out of 10. And your kingdom was handed over, the minds of your people, your kingdom was handed over to the hand of the wicked one.